Well, that's the east side. I have to wait for the tide to go out a bit. We'll go for a walk in the nice frigid water. Of course, I have the boots for it. Yes, I want to get to this corner and see what's here. You never know what you're going to find washed up in here. I have to change something. That's so I can't drop it. Now I can poke and prod and not drop the stick. And film. I have my trowel. The ocean really piles some stuff up in here. I'm just going to see if it piles any treasure. Fossils, artifacts, whatever. That is an accident. But if I were a Neolithic person in the Neolithic age, I would certainly use it to my best advantage. Okay. Wait 1 second. I'm going to get my trowel. Now, we'll see. We'll see what things look like. Right down. Right down on the knees and start looking. Because you never know. Anything could have been put in here. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like an accident. This is one way to start finding things. That's a gate. And it looks like a fossil. One of the horn corals or something. Completely agatized. I'm hoping to spot some, well, a different kind of fossil corals in here. Maybe even some rock crystals. Who knows? Now, it is quite cold out. I do not want to kill the battery. That could be a something. Oh, that's an interesting find. That could be a lithic tool very easily. One thing about this location on the Bay of Fundy is that there were multiple groups, multiple cultures that lived here. First, the Desert Folsom people, around 10,500 years ago or 11,000 years ago. They were in this region first. And the Plano people were here. And the Maritime Archaic people were here. The big difference between Maritime Archaic and Plano is the Plano people kept their spare points. They hunted the buffalo, the Pleistocene buffalo, and they kept one side of their spare points. When they napped them off, they left them flat. That's why they were called Plano. Maritime Archaic and the Desert Folsom, they made different, they actually napped their points on both sides, giving them serrated edges, and their spare points were not flat. That is the big difference. And then the Paleo-Eskimo came along at some point, I think around 6,000 years, no, the Paleo-Eskimo arrived in North America 3,000 years ago. And they came in from the north, but they were pushed out by the expansion of the woodland groups, eastern woodland groups of the Archaic people. And they were Susquehanna. And the Susquehanna were here from around 3,000 to 1,000. I should say the Susquehanna red paint people is who moved in and pushed out the Paleo-Eskimo. So quite a history. And their cultures, they use different things. Like, for example, the bow. It phased out, the atlatl phased out around 3000 BP, and the bow came into use. At that point in time, deciduous forests began to appear. The broadleaf trees, the oaks and hickory, chestnuts, stuff like that. And even the arrowheads and stuff. If you look at Archaic arrowheads and you look at the later ceramic period arrowheads, you will see major differences. And it varied region to region because they moved around like gypsies. Of course, anyone that farmed the Three Sisters like the Cahokia people, for example, and the late woodland period people lived in pretty much permanent villages. There was a lot more of their art, and there was art and tools. There was a lot more than then. Yeah, sometimes it pays to sit in here and check out this corner, because you don't know what you're going to come up with. Anything can pop out of this. This, for example, is an adze, meant to be shouldered onto a handle and used just like that. This is why it's worthwhile to come to a place like this, and this little corner where the ocean piles things up, and start looking. I'll just leave this on the beach, and I don't want to. Well, no, maybe I'll donate that to the center, to the St. John the Baptist, because they have the science center set up for all the kids to go look at. Everything from fossils to artifacts, and they have quite a few. Everything in my fossil and artifacts playlist is in that center, except of course for a lot of the Thunderbird artifacts. Those I sent to Elsa Pogtog at Big Cove. They belong there. Now, the school does have a couple of the Thunderbird motif artifacts, and the salmon artifact. The school has that now. Well, for generations to come, lots and lots of children are going to have their chance to hold and then to wonder about, and think that they will be able to observe the artifacts and rock crystals and stuff like that. All the little treasures Tin Can Beach can give them. What is this? That looks like a chunk of fossil wood. Black petrified fossil wood. This is like Jurassic period type Because what happens when a tree gets knocked down in a stream or in a swamp and it gets buried for a millennium and resurfaces, it gets hard and it literally turns to stone. This is a piece of wood was broken off from a tree trunk and it turned to stone. That's limestone. Yep. A lot of the dates. There's a good mixture in here. A little bit of seagrass. Alright, my camera battery is telling me the camera needs to warm up. And I guess I will see you online.